Hey, energy party people. It's that time again. Whoo. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've started my show, While in Tears, and I'll talk about it more in a second. But I'm in the middle of some, I'll just say massively life-changing, expansive growth, and stretching isn't isn't always easy, and whoo, this is all for the good. um yeah, and so we'll see what happens today. The only thing I promise every week is to show up with the intention of being of service, and to fellow sensitive people or anybody else. um yeah, so whoo. Being vulnerable on camera is really interesting, and I have no idea who will ever watch this. Yeah. So let's go ahead and smudge the space and get ready for creating some magic today. So let's listen to my, excuse me, bear with me. So let's go ahead and want to make sure I'm clicking the right buttons here. Ooh. Okay, so let's go ahead and play my beautiful theme song, care of Artica Productions. Here we go. You are magic, magic, we are magic, magic Mondays with Colleen. Okay, just smudging the space. Ooh, creating, yeah, creating, creating the space for community and magic, and ooh, yeah, whatever comes with all of that. Um, yeah, in case any of you are thinking I'm having a nervous breakdown or something, well, if that's the case, it's a valuable one. And I'm not. It's just, yeah, this year has been quite the wild ride, and it continues to be so. Um, yeah, I'm making some really big steps into into my vision, which I believe 100% is where our magic is. And I'm in the very active process of shifting my beliefs and shifting my thinking, which is what it all comes down to. And what is it? What's that progression? Just to show the power of our thoughts, and the beauty of being in this human experience is our thoughts create create our emotions, which create our actions, which create our results. So I'm in the active process of shifting my thinking and catching myself. Oh man, I just realized I left my phone in the other room, and my alarm is going off saying, "Hey Colleen, it's time for your show." So, well, I think you can all accept the fact that I'm going to run away real quick to the living room in my scanty little shorts. How exciting for you. I'll be right back. Here. No, you don't need to see my scanty little shorts. We're just going to put on a beautiful picture. Here's the new emergency services number. I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Okay. As Dave often says, it's hard to be cool sometimes. Yeah, so before we get into more details of all of this, yeah, this is how I'm feeling, and I haven't even had my coffee yet. Well, to be perfectly honest, I haven't had my coffee orally today. Uh, TMI? Too soon? Whatever. Okay, so let's read some comments here. So, whew, Art and Erica say, "Hi, Colleen. Sorry you're having a rough day, my friend." Well, it's thank you. Um, but believe it or not, it's all for the good. I'll get to it soon. Well, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because I might start sobbing again. You know those kind of sobs where you don't breathe for a while and it's almost like you're doing crunches, but you're not, and you feel like you've exercised your abs afterwards. Doing a lot of that and letting a lot of old stuff go. And yeah, people who don't cry ever, how do you do it? Like, I wouldn't want to know how you do it because it's part of how we're built. But anyway, so that being said, let's go ahead and play Art and Erica's theme song. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
Phew, thanks for being here, guys.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
That means thank you double the amount. Okay. Hard to be cool sometimes. And Yvonne is here. Yay! Yvonne, I hope your trip was amazing. I can't wait to hear about it. Good morning to you, and let's play your theme song. Here we go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out!
Okay, I'm glad you're here, Yvonne. Shannon, good morning. Sending you love and light. Thank you, Shannon. I will take it right back at you. So let's go ahead and play Shannon's theme song.
Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
Ooh. And Erica is also having a rough day. Maybe there's something energetic going on. Well, always. Um, yeah, I'll give you as much as I can a snapshot of what I'm going through, experiencing, my take on it. Anyway, but thank you for sharing, Erica. And then Koop is here, says, "Hey, folk." I think he means everybody, though. Oh, okay. So let me just turn my phone off. So yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. Good job, Coop. Um, yeah. So since we last met, um, my it looks like I have a release date for my book, August 14th. So sometime between now and then, I will be sent a PDF of the almost there, um, yeah, copy of my book to send to my beta readers. If you'd really like to be one of my beta readers and I haven't contacted you yet, I'd be happy to send you the PDF. And quite frankly, I'm not looking for anything except, well, I'd love to hear what you think about it, of course. Um, but the main thing is, and this is just how it goes, but apparently, um, it helps or it gives me. There's a benefit to having at least 10 good reviews on Amazon, um, at launching or prior to launching or however that works. Um, yeah. So I'm pretty sure I will be sending out that PDF sometime this week. That's what I'm told by my publisher. And my cover designer is making some last tweaks. And basically, my understanding is I'll be sending out the PDF to my betas, Colleen's master betas, TM, and me and my publisher, or I'm sorry, my editor will be proofreading it to just make absolutely, absolutely, absolutely sure, you know, the spelling is right and the comment, the punctuation and all that. Anyway, it's 11:11 where I'm at. So let's go ahead and look at something pretty and or inspiring, and let's make a wish. Whew, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I did something this morning, right before the show, so I'm getting all these messages. Basically, what's the short story? There's no short story, but since we last met, I've taken a giant step, and I've committed to some heavy duty, hardcore training with somebody I'm very drawn to. I've mentioned Mary Morrissey. She's the woman who did the training that Dave and I just did. Whew, I thought it was a big deal to step into just paying that $400. Yeah, and this training is bottom line all about creating new thoughts, and therefore tapping into more infinite possibility. Yeah. So anyway, sorry if I'm not being super linear. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I'm stepping into my dreams, and um, well, my dreams include things like I've had weirdness about money my entire life. Um, And I don't blame anybody for that. I know my parents did the best they could, and I had it a lot easier than a lot of people, and rougher than others. We all have our things we come to learn through every reading I've ever had. It's like, yeah, I'm meant to have abundance, financial, which includes financial abundance, and yeah, so I'm jumping into heavy duty training that is shifting my relationship with money, but also, what I love about Mary Morrissey. If you don't know who she is, you might just want to look her up. Like, find anything she's ever ever recorded, and you'll get benefit. Um, yeah, and where was I going? Yeah. So on the most basic of levels, which Mary kind of, it's like she's saying, "Oh, muffin, the money hurdle is the easy one." Um, but she's all about finding your resonance, my resonance, all of our resonances with our internal abundance. there's no lack of abundance in the infinite possibility of this beautiful universe, which I felt firsthand during my final ketamine, treatment. That's another story. Um, yeah, and it's very important what we focus on. And if your thinking pattern is what you were conditioned with by society and growing up and how you were raised and teachers and friends and everybody around you, um, yeah, I'm all about being on the leading edge. That's what I'm meant to do. I believe I'm a trailblazer. I'm a pioneer. As Mary would say, I'm a brave thinker. And Dave and I are making a huge investment in me, ultimately us. Um, and yeah, and so I just signed up for this almost a week ago. It feels like a lifetime ago. And I am actively shifting my thinking, catching myself when I'm going to these lower vibe thinking, this old paradigm. And I am just in the middle of a giant stretch. And the feeling uh, is the feeling, which is simultaneously terrifying and exhilarating, because there's always both sides in this magical universe that only wants to give me what I want and need. Um, but yeah, wherever I was going with that, yeah, I'm in the middle of a huge stretch, and yeah, I'm living into my vision instead of my programming. And that programming goes deep. And I've been on the planet for going on very close to, in about a month, 58 and a half years on the planet. And and that's a good long time to have those patterns get real feeling. But I know, because I already think differently in the work I do. I'm very accustomed to, like, when some people have something horrible happen and they catastrophize, my go-to place, I might feel the like, "Uh-oh," but in the same thought, I go to, "What's the magic behind this? What's being revealed? What are the clues that I'm being shown? What old energy is bubbling up to the surface, asking for healing in the form of this trigger? How do I need to change my thinking?" So I'm just I'm in the middle of a really big stretch. Um, and so I'll just share a little bit of my dream. Cue tears. Um, and part of what I'm living into, which scares the shit out of me, but at the same time, it's not just a dream in my head. I feel the reality of it because I visualize this on a regular basis, and I just feel drawn to going there. Um, and the thing is, really, to emphasize, when you think of something, you want the feeling. It's all about the feeling behind it. It's quite easy, at least for me, I'll speak for myself, to have a scary thought. And then I'm super anxious, and sometimes like my body's shaking. And um, yeah, uh, but the superpower is to catch myself and know that I'm in a contractive thought, and then switch it to a thought that is, I think, of my vision, the vision I see for Dave and myself. I see us traveling all over the country with me doing talks and book signings as we find our new place to land. I see us living by a lake. Currently, we live 10 miles from the ocean. Um, yeah, I don't know where that is, but that's the feeling I hold. We're in our new car and we are having probably less snot issues than I'm having right now. Um, yeah, and basically, my vision is to get my book into the hands and eyes of millions of sensitive people. My focus is women, but anybody is welcome. So don't be put off by the fact if I call you my sensitive sister. What is that? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, which is horrible. But anyway, um, yeah. And part of my vision, and the part that really gets the bigger part of me that's not so fucking scared, and the part of me that it's, I heard probably Mary Morrissey, heard her say that, a dream is something, they're goals, but dreams are something that you don't quite know how you're going to get there yet. So, my big dream is to help shift the prison system, specifically for women prisoners. And my what I see happening is to, however it'll happen, I would go to I would have I'm my dream is to set up a program alongside a foundation, the Possibility Foundation that I've wanted to start since at least 20 years ago. I didn't know what it was for yet, but I do know what it's for now. But anyway, what I see in the prison, I'll just say it. Um, my big how can this happen is okay, where it's at right now is, in addition to other things, other supports, I periodically go visit women's prisons. And what I see is, at the moment, 5 guards, or whatever they call themselves, no offense. So 5 prison guards and 5 female prisoners. We meet in a room, and I teach them all how to shift their thinking and start coming from a place of reclaiming their magic and supporting each other with energy work. And I don't know if that sounds big to you, but to me, my biggest fear, other than losing Dave, is being imprisoned. And we're all in prison in one way or another, but to be incarcerated, like physically incarcerated, that sounds like hell to me. So I'm continuously fascinated by the fact that I want to go into the belly of the beast physically and help women shift their lives so that when they come out, they're in such a stronger place with tools that continuously expand, and that they can come back and integrate into society powerfully and be that much more present for their children and their families and society as a whole. I feel like I'm not doing it justice. If you could just feel how I feel. So that's the vision I am stepping into, and I'm creating it. I'm pre-paving the way to it. I often talk out loud to the universe, and I close my eyes, and I basically just I see myself, I feel myself walking into that room with those 5 women and I do sessions, not energy work sessions. That'll be part of it, but I just talk to them, and I think there is a tremendous amount of power there. And like any human, I kind of think, who the fuck am I? Think I could make a difference in these prisoners' lives and for millions of women around the world to start looking at life differently and start tapping into the magic and start opening doors that you don't even know that are there. And I've opened so many doors, and that's part of my gift with my energy work. And I'm so confident in that. And now it's time. And now I have a book, so I have an actual product, which I've been thinking about on some level for over 20 years. And it's finally come into it's coming into reality. It's already reality. Anyway, yeah, I have a big mission, and I'm keeping my focus on that mission and stepping into this mentoring, and I'm being mentored by a woman who's been this has been her focus to help people do this, whatever your vision is. Some people's biggest dream is to find their partner, and that's something I feel like I am an expert in. And I was telling Dave, what part, like a big part of our magic is we focus on our relationship. We talk about it constantly, like how great it is, how much we support each other, and we're just there's a reason that you know I get to walk one of my best friends down the aisle this month, and she has living parents. But I have the privilege and the honor of walking a friend down the aisle. It's gonna be me and her firstborn daughter because we're the ones who've shown her the truest path to love and finding that person. Anyway, wow, that was a lot. Um, so, um, okay. So this is somebody I don't know. Nand Kishore. Hi. Hi, Nand. Thanks for being here. Um, welcome. Oh, yeah. Welcome anybody watching in the future. So first of all, Nand, I usually play a theme song for people if they show up regularly when I'm doing this live. So I hope you'll understand. Sometimes I do create a theme song on the spot, but I'm gonna have to not do that right now. Uh, yeah, my deepest apologies. Show up next time, and I'll have something for you. I hope. And then there's my lovely friend Pam. Hi, Pam. Okay, Pam. I do have a theme song for you. And really, thank you for being here. I appreciate the witnessing. And I hope there's something in all of this for you. But here's Pam's theme song. Here we go.
They call her Pam. Welcome.
Welcome, Pam. Whoo. Okay, Laura. Oops. Interesting. Okay. So I got a message. Yeah, it's a other there we go. Weird. Hi Laura, I'm glad you're here. Let's play your theme song.
Laura, it's Laura, and Laura is here. Hi, Laura.
Hi Laura. Okay. Okay, before I go on, let's go ahead and I'm going to share my what I call my credo. Ooh. And you might think I look like I'm a train wreck and losing my shit. And I assure you, any shit I'm losing, the shit I'm ready to lose. And part of what I was going to say earlier is I feel like a part of me is dying. And it's desperately trying to hold on because it's so familiar. And the familiar, albeit uncomfortable and not always real satisfying, yeah, there's a comfort in the familiar, and I'm busting out of that. So, um, yeah, and I highly encourage you to bust out of whatever you're stuck in, because I truly believe, well, I know we're swimming in a sea of infinite possibility energy, and the only thing that's blocking that from us is us, each and every one of us. So, let's look at my credo real quick. And this is literally on a canvas as you enter our home, except ours has a misspelling thanks to Koop, who pointed it out. But here we go. The universe is in a conspiracy for our happiness. The universe always has our backs. And always means always, not just the good times. Always. Therefore, if it's happening to us, it's happening for us. So, what is the universe bringing to my attention for my highest or our highest growth, healing, and happiness? And this is kind of funny, but chances are, so the misspelling on the canvas in our hallway is, our entryway, the misspelling is the word highest. And chances are I may have been a little high when I when I created it, so and I'm not the best editor. Um, Whoo! So, so Mary, and I know, yeah, I'll just use Mary. Mary points out that a lot of us, a lot of us, if not most of us, spend more time planning a vacation, more time and focused energy planning a vacation than consciously planning our life, the life you want, the dream you're living into. Um, it's all about focused energy, all about focused energy. What are you focusing on? If you're telling yourself you're a piece of shit and you're a failure and you're whatever your blend is, that's what you're creating more of. And when you can grok that, that's a great start. And start. And the beauty is, the idea is, you create your dream. Like, what would you love for your life to look like in the next year or 3 years? How would you love your life to look? Like, what would you love if you didn't censor yourself? And yeah, what do you really, really want? And I think a lot of people don't go there. I know people who are very magical and don't go there. So I'm here to tell you, if you don't already know, what you're thinking about now is creating your life. And the life I'm creating, I'm well, I feel like ever since Dave and I got together, we just had our 17th wedding anniversary. I feel like we're still just a couple of crazy kids who left very secure, financially, more financially stable marriages to really wonderful people. But we knew there was something bigger between us. And we're here to create some serious magic. And I'm here to be a pattern disruptor. I'm here to do something different. And I know different is scary, but man, it's worth it. So everything I'm experiencing today that you're witnessing is it's me working toward my huge breakthrough, which I actually experience breakthroughs all the time. Um, but it's a lot. Plus, I have a book coming out, which is about my magic, and it's very personal. And just when I think I'm ready, like, I don't know if it sounds like a lot to you, um, but putting your life out there, including the time I thought might be better if I was dead, and what came about from that experience, and the fact that I've helped people not kill themselves because I've stepped into my magic, and the ripple effect that must have. Um, Whew, and then sharing these beginners for beginners, like how I do my magic so that you can do it too. So I'm stepping into some huge things, and whew, and I have lots of support, and I'm here to support you if you're interested in stepping more into your magic. So, yeah. Okay. Um, well, that's a lot. I don't have a sponsor this week. You're just gonna have to bear with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, this scared the shit out of me. My desk is facing the driveway basically, and my landlord, I just saw him go across my window. It's like, oh my god. I think that's one of the million texts I've just been getting for him warning me that he's here. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and bring Coop on, do some magic if I can do it. And yeah. Oh, and I will not be here this week or next week because I have some of my focus training with all of this next Monday at 11. So yeah, but I'll see you the following week. Um, yeah, and if I forget to say it, happy 4th of July, and take care of your fur babies because they don't like explosions any more than the rest of us. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's bring Coop on and hear him talk for a while. Okay, whew, I can do this. Here we go.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Koop. We're catching up with Koop. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Coop, how are you doing?
Um, I'm pretty fried because of the heat. Because my air conditioner is on the fritz, so it was getting like over 80 in here, and it's not cooling down at night. But my neighbor, great guy, but he lent me a portable AC, which is running in the corner. I don't know, can you hear it? No? Okay, good. All right. So yeah, it's like 72 in here. So I finally got a good night's sleep last night, but I'm like, I've been sitting here with the fan on me all day, every day, just waiting for till like 2 o'clock in the morning until I can finally open the door and let some fresh air in. Anyway, so other than that, all I want to say is that um, I am very, very deeply uh, angry, sad, disappointed. Uh, did I say angry about the Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity today?
Wait,
Uh,
what happened?
the presidency, as we've known it for 250 years, is over. We now have a king who can do pretty much whatever he wants, and yeah, so that's really a bummer. I'm sure you all hear about it in the news. So I don't really want to go into more detail on that, but it's just really knocked my dick in the dirt today. So yeah.
Okay. So, what I would
Let's
say about that, I don't know anything about that, um, but what I believe with everything in me is whenever something as real as it feels and as real it is as it is in the 3D, what matters on a soul level is what it's bringing up for you. And because everyone doesn't respond the same way, not everyone gets hit by the same things, thank God. Um, yeah. And so oftentimes part of that is it's triggering old unfinished business that your soul has held on to because you haven't received the gift in it yet. So,
Yeah, I'm sure what you're saying is true. I'm not ready to hear any of that right now, though. I'm still too.
I
I'm
understand. Oh,
I'm
please.
really
You're in
hot.
the middle of
I'm
your
really hot.
trigger. You're in the middle of your trigger. I
Yeah,
totally get it.
I can't even think about that. I'm still coming to grips with reality right now. So
Yeah. That's not where your power is, though.
I know. It'll
I get the
it'll come.
human part.
I'll be able to put it in perspective eventually. But yeah, right now it's really pissed me off.
Yeah, and I hear you. Um, so
So I say let's get to the magic. Let's
okay.
just let's
Well,
get
I'm
to
just gonna say I'm gonna tell one story which I've told many times, but I'll tell it again just for some perspective. So when I woke up the morning and Trump won, I was so triggered. I honestly felt like nothing could ever be okay again. That's how hard it hit me, and I know it hit other people in the same way, or their blends of the same way. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was sitting on the couch sobbing, feeling completely hopeless, but I have myself trained to when I can stand it, when I see that little window, because I totally understand the feeling of like, no, this is real and this is how it is. And I'm so fucking in the middle of it. Fuck everybody. And I don't, yeah, no, I'm not going to pick up my pendulum. I very much understand that. But I've trained myself to know just to be on the lookout for even the smallest little opening of where I can check myself and see what's bubbling up to at least get that component out of the way. Even though in reality, he was our president, he might be our president again. And if he's our president again, that's because that's the vibe of the country. And it's up to each and every one of us to take care of our own vibes and not wait for outside circumstances to be okay so that we can feel okay. We need to feel okay within ourselves, no matter what's happening, no matter what. So I sat crying for a few minutes until I realized, of course, I'm going to check into this because this is no different than anything else because the universe has my back. The universe is a beautiful place. It is not a chaotic place. It's not a random place. It's infinite possible energy that's just waiting for me to open up to it. So I got out my pendulum and I started asking questions. And my question was, in tears, is there something energetic bubbling up for me in everything I'm feeling right now about what's happening? Yeah, duh. And then I couldn't tell you exactly what showed up. It might have been some trapped emotional energy from when I was a little kid. It might have been a past life thing, whatever. But I cleared like, I think just like two things. And within moments, I went from feeling hopeless. It was 15 minutes or less. I think 15 minutes might have been an over exaggeration of time to so a real conservative estimate was 15 minutes of asking a few questions, going where I was led on my master menu of things I can do, which gives the universe an opening for releasing whatever is trying to get my attention. And within those 15 minutes, I found myself going, huh, I feel better. And I went about my day, not in despair. I I've never liked that he got elected, but I know people personally who were thrilled, and that fed their soul somehow. We are all here on our paths. And, it gets real hard because we get so focused on what we don't like and what doesn't feel good. And we get so upset about that. But man, if you can get behind that, that's where the fucking magic is. I'm not kidding. So what I'm in the middle of, I'm peeling that apart. I'm asking for support, which I have. And I know there's always that part of me because I've trained that part of me to realize, oh, Muffin, man, are you in the thick of it? And man, you are a fucking badass for looking at things differently, doing something differently, and moving forward and expanding. Because what do they say? This is a spiral universe, and things are always expanding. So, and any discomfort I'm feeling, that's just an indicator of me that there's something I need to look at differently, shift, reframe, whatever, so I can continually expand. These are all just clues for us. I don't care what it is happening in the world. There's serious shit happening always. Somebody even pointed out recently, it's like, there's no new things happening. Well, there's new wars or whatever, but there's always these things happening. And now it's in our fucking faces all the time, 24/7, if you like that. And that is not, and focusing on what's happening in the world 24/7 and all the that's just feeding something in you. That's not feeding something good. That's not creating your future. Well, it is creating your future. You're always creating your future. And if that's what you want to focus on, and all the injustice in the world, rather than looking at what that's tapping into in you, like, what did Mary Morrissey say? Say you live 90 years, the average person lives 90 years. Well, are you just living 90 years, like the same year over and over because that's what you're focusing on? Or are you going to start doing things differently and being a badass? Yeah, because if you're waiting for your government, for the world to get better, seriously? You think that's going to do it? You think everyone's going to feel better in their lives if everything will be okay if we have the right president? Well, sure, I would love to have the right president. And I know it's triggering to people, but I don't think it's either of the two people who were at the debate. Sorry, Joe. I don't think you're up for it. And certainly, Trump is horrible. There are other options, everyone. I don't know why no one's talking about it, because there are other options. And if that riles you up, then that's something to look at. I try not to make things political, but there are other options. It's time to do something different. And if we're headed toward having a king, well, that's everyone's responsibility. It's everyone's inner responsibility to look at what's fucking bubbling up for you. But people don't have tools. And that's part of my mission, is to give people some tools, if that's what they resonate with. So, Koop, if it's okay with you, and if it's not okay with you, say the word, and that is, I'm not kidding you, I love you so much. And if it's not okay with you to check in with your triggers right now, specifically you, we don't have to, but I think that would be a great thing to do. And I totally get it. And feel how you feel. And if you're kind of mad at me right now or whatever, that's just clues for you. And I honor however you're feeling, but I also see what's possible. And it's, you don't know what you don't know. That's for all of us. And so there's certain things that that I know are possible. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to use you as an example, a brave example, if you're okay with it, because I know you're not alone. You're not. So, yep. Art and Erica say RFK all the way. Yeah, and I know Koop.
I disagree vehemently.
I don't know why. Have you ever heard him speak?
Very much.
Okay. Then there's something in that for you. Yeah. Colleen, you are on fire today. Whew. This is such a great live stream. You're absolutely right. Change begins within us. And I'm not kidding, Koop. There, the energy in your triggers, I'm just going to keep saying it, that the energy, the magic is in your triggers. Yeah, and Art and Erica are angry as well. Phew. I'm not in a place of anger at the moment, but anger is a pretty easy place for me to go to. I'm just not there. I'm kind of in my own thing right now, which is where my power lies. My power, anger is great, but if you get stuck in it, then getting stuck in anything isn't great. Okay, so let's just do a really quick, I think we're probably going to go long. And Koop, I'm just going to keep saying it. I think you're a fucking badass for showing up. I think you're a badass for hanging around while we do this. And you're a badass and you said you're willing for me to check in?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Always.
You know I love you, right?
Of course. Of course.
Okay. And I have your back.
I love you too.
Thank you. I know you do. So let's do a quick grounding. Yeah. So let's go from our first chakra. Survival and all of that stuff. So that's at your tailbone area. First chakra color is red. So if you want to play along, close your eyes and let's picture our tailbone first chakra area and imagine a beautiful, vibrant red light that's really getting our attention right now. That's where our power is right now. All this stuff that's coming up. We're sending all that beautiful first chakra energy light out to the ever-expanding universe. We're sending some of that energy down into beautiful, supportive, has our backs, Mother Earth, Gaia, and we're bringing up some of her beautiful energy as we open up our crown chakra and allow in the cosmic energy to join this beautiful, infinite possibility energy. We're bringing that, connecting with Gaia, creating an interface of heaven and earth through us. So let's just ask if there are any deceased souls, stuck souls that just need a quick exit strategy with any of us. That's for anybody watching now or in the future. So my name is Colleen. Yep. Are there any dead people that need help moving to the light? Yep. Okay. Is Jesus our best escort? Yep. Are we ready? Is Jesus ready? Okay. Give us a moment. Say goodbye to your little friends. All right, Jesus, have we successfully brought allow these souls to return to the light? Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. And I can't, it's become so normal for me. And I know I keep saying this, I've been saying this a lot lately. But if you can consider the possibility of doing a little energy work, learning how to do some energy work, if only for yourself. Oh my God, what a gift to the world. The more you clean up your energy, the more gift you are. Every single person you influence and everybody they influence. Yeah. And one of the things I bring up and offer up to teach is releasing stuck souls. And one of the powerful stories in my book is, I call it the day I learned that I could release dead people to the light. And by doing that, on more than one occasion, but on the one occasion that I mentioned in the book, I released, and it was very early on in learning this, but when I worked on a woman who, she just thought she had some back pain. She thought it might have been from the adjustment she had from Dave the day before. And I only worked on her spontaneously because Dave was behind in his schedule. And I was sitting at the front desk. I was done for the day. And I pointed at his next patient and said, "Do you want some energy work?" And she's like, "Sure." And blah, blah, blah. Turns out her her kidney pain or her back pain was actually in her kidney, and it turned out, don't want to ruin the whole thing for you, but turned out it was her sister who had died 6 months ago, and her soul hadn't moved on yet. And so this person who I worked on her so quickly that I don't even know her name. And I had maybe 15 minutes with her, had her get on my table, muscle tested her, found out her dead sister was with her, found out what the dead sister needed energetically. Then she was ready to move on to the light. Thank you, Jesus. And then this woman went off to work with Dave, and it wasn't till I forget how long. I have to read my book to remember. But I ran into her one day. She came up to me, gave me a huge hug, and whispered to me that before our spontaneous energy work session that was orchestrated by the magic of the universe, she had plans to kill herself.
Ooh, wow.
And she even said that when she left the office that day, after that, our little chance meeting, she went to visit some friends, and they all said to her, "Wow, where have you been? It's like you're back. It's like the you is back." Meaning, having her sister with her, it changed her. She didn't want to live anymore. So
That's awesome.
that kind of stuff is possible, and it's not just because I have magic. This isn't just a Colleen thing or the few people who can do this. No, this is an opportunity for everyone. This shit goes deep, and when you start looking at things from another perspective, everything's a gift. If you know what you're looking for, and the magic just starts opening up. So, yeah. And of course, there's the story of, Trump, and I worked on myself for just a few minutes and I felt better. It's like those two stories alone, yeah, that's just kind of a regular occurrence in my life. And I know I'm expanding into bigger than that. And a few years ago, 20 years ago, that would have been unheard of. I probably wouldn't have even been able to hear it. And now it's just like it's become commonplace. So what's next in this expanding universe? So that being said, Koop, let's see what's showing up for you. Okay, so my name is Colleen. Okay, it's safe and appropriate to check, Koop. Okay. So we're going to start with usual suspects. Nope. Okay. Koop, there's something energetic bubbling up in you that's creating this upset for you. Yes. This upset is all about what you just talked about. No. It was a beautiful trigger to alert you to energy that needs to be cleaned up. And I'm going to say it once again. There are all kinds of things in the world that I don't like. Of course I don't like. I'm a fucking Aquarian. I'm all about freedom and cooperation and yeah. So, but there's a difference between not liking what you see or it hitting you so hard that it's hard to see any good in anything. So there's something.
I never said I was there. I never said
What's that?
I talked about how. Anyway, please continue. Please continue.
All right. So, all right. So there's something bubbling up to the surface for you, Koop. Okay. Yes. This is on my master menu. Yeah. It's getting all timid. This is in column A. No, this is in column B. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. 4. Wow, it's really, really tiny. Okay, well, the first thing that's showing up is what resonates as a suffering loop. So kind of energy that's kind of feeding on itself, feeding on itself, feeding on itself. See, something needs to disrupt that pattern. Okay, so Coop, you're stuck in a suffering loop. Okay, do we need any details on this? The suffering loop is ready to be dismantled, discombobulated, eradicated. Yes. Okay, we're going to use a magic doorway for that. Okay, so let's figure out which one. All right, this magic doorway is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 5, 5. Okay. Magical potentiality is the one that resonates. So it's safe and appropriate to send your energy field through this magic doorway to dismantle and get rid of this suffering loop. Yes, this is safe and appropriate from the light. And is this for anybody else? Anybody else this resonates with? This is yours too. So are we ready? And this is safe and appropriate for everyone. Yes. Okay, just relax. Okay. Have we successfully disrupted this suffering loop? Yes. Okay. And that's for whoever needs it watching now or in the future. Yes. Okay. Is there something else bubbling up to the surface for you, Coop? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. Okay. So a trapped negative emotion. Is trapped emotions in column A? Yes. In an odd numbered row? Yes. Oh, now my answers are like, yeah. Okay. This is in row 1. In row 3. I'm quite familiar with that one. That's anger. Okay. So, Coop, you have some trapped energy of anger. In other words, yeah, some experience, just energy that's trapped in there that never got fully expressed, or it's still waiting for you. So so there's trapped energy of anger. Okay, can we determine when this trapped energy of anger, when this energy of anger became trapped for you? Yes, it became trapped for you in this lifetime. Yeah. Okay, prior to the age of 10. So prior to the age of 10. Yeah. Prior to the age of 5. No. At age 5. At age 6. At age 7. At age 8. Age 8. Okay. It was a big year for me too. Okay. Okay. You're holding this energy throughout your entire being. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else for us to understand about this or bring to light in order to clear at least this layer of anger? No. Okay. It's safe and appropriate to clear this energy of anger now. And you're willing to receive this? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. And this is for Coop or for anybody else that this resonates with. There's nothing you need to do. Just relax. Even if you're saying in your head, this bitch is crazy. Because sometimes bitches be crazy, but I don't think this bitch is crazy. It just might sound like it. If you think you're crazy, you're probably not. Yeah. Anyway, so here we go. So we're sending all of that energy, that vibration, that frequency of anger that you're holding throughout your entire being or wherever you're holding it. We're sending all of that energy to the light and we're filling up all of the space once occupied by that anger with energy of relief, freedom, safety, security, stability, a deep knowing that in the, as one of my mentors says, the 30,000 foot view, all is well. So we're filling you up with a deep knowing that in the grand scheme of things, all is indeed well. Let's see. I'm going to fill you up with energy of peace, calm, and serenity. Okay. And how about some love? And just some extra oomph from me that you're a badass for doing this with me today. So lots and lots and lots and lots of love and light. Okay. So have we successfully released this energy of anger? Yeah. And just to be real clear, I would love for this to be, oh, that's all the anger you have in you. No, we're just releasing it as it comes up. So anger, quite familiar with that one. I've done a lot of work around anger. Um, yeah. So that's at least this layer of it. Okay. So is there anything else we can do with the energy that's bubbling up in you, Coop? Yep. Okay. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. In column B. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. Wow. So small. Whew. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Okay. Okay. Diving in the deep end. So, what's showing up is what resonates for me as ancient magic. So basically, yeah, I have my process of I go into a dark forest, see where I'm led, do what I do, and I'll report back if there's anything coherent to report. If not, we'll just make sure we're done and move on. So, do I need any conscious information about this for Coop? Nope. Okay, it's safe and appropriate from the light to go in and do some ancient magic for Coop. Okay. Do I need any extra guides or helpers? Nope. Okay, so this is safe and appropriate from the light. This is for not only Coop, but for anybody watching now or in the future. Yes. Okay, are we ready? Okay, give me a few. Okay, all right. So have we successfully completed this ancient magic? Yes. Is that worth sharing? Yes. Okay. Well, these things are always hard to articulate. Um, yeah. And if any of this doesn't make sense or whatever, just listen. Just if any, you feel anything, great. If you don't, that's okay too. There's, yeah. Um, so this is what I saw. Um, and the point is, we got it done. So I'll do my best. Okay. Um, and I may have gotten part of this because I know you, Coop. I know some of your history. But basically, what I found was a little boy. I saw him salute. And so I know you have a history of scouting. Um, and I didn't get any picture of what was happening exactly, but something had derailed you and you were feeling hopeless, kind of curled up. And so I hugged you and some magic happened. And I held you until you grew up into a man. I saw a column of light through you, helping you to grow up with a um, Yeah, something got cleaned out. That's all I can say. This stuff isn't easy to articulate. And sometimes I think it cheapens it to articulate it, but I just wanted to give you some idea. Um, yeah, it one of the feelings was that you had become disempowered. Um,
Pardon me?
the feeling was that disempowerment uh, energy came up for me. That's my interpretation.
You
Yeah,
know, we all are now.
but that's not true. I I understand that's how it appears. I'm not kidding. When you change your inner environment, the outer it shows up differently. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, I know people are terrified right now, and that's bringing up a lot of energy for people of stuff they need to look at in themselves. It really is an inside job, all of this. And when you start realizing how much more powerful you are when you look at your own shit, it's just being reflected back. Um, yeah, when you see something that's so disturbing that it's derailing you, that's for you. There really is a gift in every bit of it. I
Yeah,
know
you're
that
right.
sounds
I don't consider this derailing me in any way, but okay.
okay. That's okay. My impression, my interpretation.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything else to do for Coop today before we wrap this up? Yep. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yep. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10. Okay. So that's a frozen negative emotion or an atrophied positive emotion. So this is a frozen negative emotion. Yep. Somehow different than trapped emotions. This frozen negative emotions in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 5, fear. Okay. So there's some frozen energy of fear for Coop and whoever else might resonate with this. Yeah, I understand that one. Okay, so this energy of fear became frozen in you from this lifetime. Yep. Prior to the age of 5. Yep. Prior to the age of 3. No, at age 3. So I'm getting a yes on age 3 for you. It's a big one for me too. Um, this is originally your frozen energy of fear. So the energy you're holding, I'm getting, isn't originally yours. This fear belongs to mom. Nope. This fear belongs to dad. Ooh, that was a big yes on dad. Okay. And this isn't anything against dad. You know, everyone really is doing their best with the awareness they are coming from. So, okay. So frozen energy of fear that's originally dad's. Yes, you're holding this throughout your entire being. Okay. This energy of fear is ready and willing to be this pattern this pattern of frozen fear is ready to be disrupted by a bypass circuitry care of Gaia. Yep. Okay. So let's see which one resonates. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4. Okay. We're going to use emotional autonomy. That's the one that's resonating. Okay, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revolution of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of fear in Coop back to age 3, and for anybody else watching now or in the future? Yes. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Okay, Gaia, do your thing. I'm going to hold space. All right, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of fear for Coop and whoever else needs it? Yep. Okay. Anything else to do for Coop right now? Nope. So that's good for now. Okay. So,
Thank
so you're welcome. And just, you just do you. I hope it takes some edge off. If it doesn't, and you need to just feel how you feel, you do you. That's all that's showing up right now.
I plan to.
And I understand. Yeah. All right. So is that a good place to stop for the group today? Yes. Okay. So just a reminder, no show next week, but we'll be back the following week, which will be the 15th, I think, already. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and I want the absolute best for all of us. And if I can be of any assistance, please feel free to contact me through my website. Unless you have my phone number, then that's the best way. energyhealingwithcolleen.com. You can go there and sign up, or you can go to badass.com. I'm sorry, sensitive-to-badass.com. For specifically about the book. Yeah, so I'll definitely have news on the book 2 weeks from now. So thank you for being here. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Thank you, Koop. You're wonderful. And yeah, thank you I really appreciate that you show up consistently.
Well, likewise.
Yeah, thanks.
It's not the only thing I do show up for regularly. So
what's that?
Because it's pretty easy. I mean, I don't have to go anywhere. So if I had to go to a studio, we might have problems.
Yeah, well, don't discount the fact that you're showing up. That's.
Well, yeah, likewise. It is what it is.
Yep. Okay, guys. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I love you. And let's go ahead and play my beautiful theme song and giddy up. Have a beautiful few weeks, and I'll see you next time.
Stay cool if you're in California.
Stay cool wherever you are. Woo.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
You are magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Koop.